YouTube? It is your boy Matt coming to you with my third video actually. Today we're going to be reviewing the Air Jordan 1 Off-White. These I purchased from Grailed for a dummy still. So like at first glance, let me just say that I did get these for a mega steal. I can't really say how much it was, but it was definitely way under market, and the shoe itself looks amazing at first glance. But I don't know, whenever I unboxed it, I felt a little, I don't know, like my stomach kind of churned a little bit. I didn't think for a second that they were fake, but y'all be the judge. With the production date on most pairs, if you go on GOAT, the production starts around December 19th, 2017. With this pair, it is beginning December 16th, 2017, which I saw a lot of the real versus fake videos on YouTube say that on the fake pairs, the production date should not be 12/19/17. So this is definitely a red flag. This is the first red flag, and the second red flag was just the perforations on the back. So the perforations on the back of the sneaker are supposed to be very not deep, just very detailed, and you want the shoe to be consistent along the heel. By all means, I'm not a professional authenticator, but I don't know, just something about the heel and the perforation just wasn't off, or wasn't consistent and seemed off. The third, and I think kind of like the thing that made me question whether the shoe is authentic or not, was the inside of the sneaker where the off-white stamp is. There's a perforated Nike swoosh, and the perforation on the authentic pairs is very detailed, and you can see the outline of the swoosh, whereas on my pair it seems kind of ghetto. I don't know, it looks very inconsistent, very sloppy almost. After watching several real versus fake videos, I couldn't really decide whether the shoe was real or not. I know that some people got really sloppy pairs from Nike, and you have to keep in mind that these shoes aren't handcrafted. There's going to be inconsistencies, and there's several pairs that were like on Reddit or on like Facebook groups that were authentic but had several inconsistencies. As far as my pair, there were certain things that proved that they're authentic. The insole, well, like when you take it out, I know I saw a real versus fake video that had this sticky, the insole is really sticky for the fake pair, and there is blue stitching on the inside of the shoe when you remove the insole, and my pair has blue stitching, and there's tape over the stitching. And also the toe box area seems pretty well constructed. I don't know, like I said, they're not going to be completely like perfect with each shoe, but for the most part it looks really good. And I don't know, just the overall construction of the shoe is decent. Behind the Air Jordan stamp on the side of the shoe, the 85, when you pull it back, you can see like the shadow of the Air Jordan stamp on the authentic pairs and not on the fakes, but on my pair I could definitely see the shadow. So pretty much, like for the most part, I messaged the seller that I bought the shoes from. He had decent feedback, and he even claimed he got them from Nike, and I pretty much said that I believe that the shoes were were fake, and then just to be safe, I'm not really satisfied with my purchase and I'd like a refund. And he responded very quickly and just said he'd issue a full refund. We even went through PayPal, did the dispute portion of PayPal, and just pretty much had that documented where he said that after he received the shoes from me, he would issue a full refund. And on my part, I definitely want to film myself boxing up the shoes and shipping them off, just to make sure that there's no fishy business on his side. I want this to go as smoothly as possible. Can't believe anybody nowadays. You can't trust anybody nowadays. There's definitely scams happening left and right. And so with that, I'm just gonna what you should look out for when purchasing from Grailed, and how to just lessen the chance of getting scammed. Just a quick disclaimer: if you're buying stuff from Grailed, frequently the chances of you getting scammed are much higher. My first few months of using Grailed this summer, I have gotten scammed several times. I'd say about 4 to 5 times, and it's because I buy frequently on Grailed. But you definitely got to keep in mind, not everybody's out to make the highest profit margin. Steals do happen, they exist, and I've gotten several steals. If y'all want a video on my top 5 steals from Grailed, just DM me. If you're watching this, drop a comment. Here's what you should look out for when you're looking to buy a product on Grailed. The first thing is the seller feedback, which is common sense. I want y'all to know that I want to give y'all some really good advice, not just because I've gotten good deals where the seller was brand new on Grailed. He had 0 feedback, and I could have easily gotten scammed, but he sent me a 100% authentic item for a very good price. But yeah, the seller feedback is a big deal. If you don't have a good eye for what looks like a scam or not, just go with that to begin with. Make sure that they have at least, for me, at least 20 feedback would be ideal. You want them to have a decent reputation built up. They don't have to have over 100. Just a decent, 20 refs is completely fine. And another thing would be just make sure that the pictures are up to date. Quality on the pictures is decent, at least you can see the product, and it doesn't have to be professional. Just make sure that the seller has tagged photos, or if they don't, simply message them and ask if they can provide some tagged photos or upload them. Third thing, you definitely want the seller to have very smooth communication with. Just email them first. Just make sure that just hit them with is this item still available? If they respond within 10 minutes, then that's a good sign. If they don't respond, then just simply move on. And if they do respond, just ask a few questions. Just make sure that they're communicating with you and that they're not just flaking. And I know that can be a little tricky though, because once you buy the product, they could easily ghost you and send you a box of hash browns. I don't know. Alright, so I think one of the last things that you should look at, item that you're buying isn't too hyped. And what I mean by that is, if you're very new to using Grailed, don't buy Air Max, or there's not even Air Max. Don't buy UNC ones like I did. From now on, I'm pretty much gonna use Grailed strictly for essential pieces. Nobody's gonna scam you for a fog tee from PacSun. Nobody. I don't think so. I feel like that's petty. But for the big ticket items, like a pair of Wave Runners or a pair of Yeezys, any other Yeezy model, even designer clothes, you gotta be careful. If you buy a pair of Rick Owens jeans or Visvim jeans that you swear can't be replicated, it can be replicated if the sellers, if they don't have any feedback. You know, just be careful when you're buying those kind of items. And I think the final thing to look out for when buying items from Grailed, buy items available or sold only in the US. Don't buy from a kid from UK because he has the Box logo hoodie for $400 shipped. Like, make sure that you keep it within US. And I say that because some of these sellers won't provide shipping, or they won't tell you that they provide shipping, and they'll claim they ship the item, and you know, just at that point you kind of get it's out of both parties' hands, and definitely out of your hands. You don't know where your item is, and you don't know whether you're going to receive the item or not. And if you don't, then you're dealing with PayPal, and it's just a big mess. I honestly hate dealing with PayPal. But yeah, you know, I hope you all enjoyed just this. I wanted to keep this fairly brief. I know we can go on and on about the real versus fake, just how to stay safe on Grailed. But if you enjoyed the video, just make sure you like the video, comment,